Well, good morning. Hack up that. Save that guy for later. Beetlejuice. Today is Tuesday, October 20th, and look at walking by myself. Denise and Kylie had dentist appointments this morning. I tried to talk Jim into walking with me, but he said no. No, thank you. So you can listen to me go as I'm trying to walk straight without wobbling, but as you can see, I'm like a weeble. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. That's my goal, not to fall down. But we have birthdays today. Today is Corey over at Weight Watchers with Carrie. Carrie's husband. He's lost more than he weighs, and he weighs like 175 pounds. So Corey gets a birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Corey. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And, happy birthday, Corey. We're so glad Carrie's back filming. It's also Susan Smith's birthday. So, Susan, you get a song too. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Okay, my ears are sounding like it's windy. So I'm either going to be continuing on at this point or it's going to be edited. So we'll see. But today I wanted to talk about using food as fuel. I find that since I'm eating 3 meals a day now, that I am always hungry. When I was just eating 2 meals a day, granted they were big portions, I know they were, but I was never as hungry as I am now that I'm eating 3 meals a day. And I don't understand it. I really don't. I wake up hungry, which I haven't done that in years. And once I get back from my walk and drink my water, I seem to be fine. But if I didn't go for a walk in the morning, I know I would head right into the kitchen and start mindlessly eating. I know that. So, getting out for a walk right away, getting occupied with something right away is really the way to go. So I'm glad I go for my walk. As you can see, I don't walk straight either. I just go everywhere, every which way. But at least I'm getting my walk in, and that's all that really matters. So today we're going to talk about mindless eating. I have notes. So let's see if I can actually chew gum and walk, talk, and read at the same time. This might be an accomplishment. But let's get started. If it gets too difficult, we're going to stop because we don't need to have Sandy falling. It's a visual that my family has seen and laughed at, and we've been there, done that. Not going to do it again, hopefully. So, now they're getting their boat ready to, I'm distracted, winterizing their boat. Okay, the first thing we want to think about is, are we just eating without thinking about it, which is mindless eating, or are we thinking about why we want to eat? Okay, it's so easy. I have a jar of nuts on the counter in the kitchen, but now I have a little measuring cup next to it, and I measure out a 1/4 cup of nuts, which I know are going to be 4 or 5 points, depending on what kind of nuts I'm putting in there. And then, if I'm mindlessly eating them during the day, once that container is empty, I've realized, you know what? You're going to have to add more points if you want more nuts. So that helps me as far as my mindless eating. But if I'm thinking, am I eating the nuts because I'm just grabbing them? Or am I eating the nuts because I'm really truly hungry? And if I'm really truly hungry, is it because I'm hungry for a meal? Or are just a couple nuts going to satisfy it? So I need to make my decision at that point. The number 2 is, often eating foods at random times or skipping some meals. But the mindful thing to do would be set up a time that you're going to have your meals. I'm going to eat my breakfast at this time, my lunch at this time, my dinner at this time, my snack this time. And plan it out and really do it. Because if you really do think about it and have a plan, you're less likely to overeat and to mindlessly eat. Because you've decided, I'm going to eat my breakfast at 10, my lunch at 2, my dinner at 6. And then maybe you're going to have a snack at 12, 4, and 8. That's perfectly fine if you figure it into your points or your calories or whatever way you're determining how you're getting your food intake in for the day. The next thing is just eating whatever you feel like. Know the difference between physical hunger and emotional hunger. That's mindful eating. If you're really paying attention to why you're eating, are you truly eating because you're hungry? Or are you mad? Or are you sad? Are you bored? Are you thirsty? You might just be thirsty. I try to have a water glass with me wherever I go. If I'm going to get in my car and go somewhere, I bring my traveling mug. Because I want to make sure that I don't stop at McDonald's or Tim Hortons or Dunkin' Donuts or anything like that, or the new Baskin Robbins by my house. As you can see, it's still on my mind. But I'm not going to mindlessly eat that. I'm going to think about it before I actually go and have it. The next thing is eating foods based on how comfortable they make you feel. And the healthy way to be is, okay, I want to eat some foods, but can you eat something healthy? Can you grab an apple? Can you grab a granola bar? Can you have like a vegetable platter in your refrigerator? Now granted, you have a choice between a cookie and a celery stalk. Yeah, most times the cookie's going to win out, I agree. But have some kind of low-fat dip or a hummus that you like that you can dip it in, and you can afford the extra points. This guacamole salsa that I have is 2 points for 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons is a lot. So you put your vegetables and just dip them. Don't spread them, just dip them. And that 2 tablespoons will last a long time. That'll work for you. I know it will. Okay. It's getting a little breezy. I got a feeling that I'm going to be redoing all of this. We'll see. The other thing they tell you with mindless eating is not thinking where your food comes from. But the healthy food is to think, where is it coming from? Is it coming from the ground where it's plant-based and you know it's healthy? Or is it coming from a pre-processed plant that's using all kinds of chemicals and additives to make you feel better? You got to think of the different things of where your food is coming from, and that'll make a determination whether or not it's healthy enough for you or not. We're all going to eat foods that aren't healthy at times. I'm no better than anybody else. I do too. But you have to realize when and where you can have the foods and how often you can have the unhealthy foods. It's kind of hard to steer clear of completely going away from processed food. But if you only make it like 10 or 15% of your diet, you'll be surprised how many more times you're going to choose the healthy food over the processed food. Another mindless thing is eating past the feeling of fullness. The mindful thing is to listen to your body. I know they always say to put your fork down between meals or between bites. I'm not going to do that. But if you really take the time to think about what you're eating and chew it and savor it and enjoy it, even though it might not look like a lot on your plate, once you've portioned it out the right way and sit and really enjoy eating it, it will definitely make the difference. The other thing to tell you is never being satisfied or compelled to eat everything on your plate. I am so guilty of this. I was growing up, the nuns, my parents, you better eat that because there's starving kids in Africa that can't, or in China and all around the world that are starving, and they would do anything to have your piece of broccoli or something. You don't have to finish everything on your plate. And I have a hard time with that myself. So I try, keyword try, to put less food on my plate. If you watch my portion sizes, you can see that doesn't really work. But, oh, look at who's here. She's back from the dentist. I'm doing my video. We'll still get you on my video. Kylie had a cavity.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know how you're losing your weight, Kylie.
I don't know.
Just not snacking, I said.
She's eating healthy smoothies instead of bad snacks at night.
Yeah.
And walking every day. And then she rides her bike with her dad, too.
Yeah. And she walks with us and she walks with her dad.
Yeah.
Yes.
She walks a lot.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm sure Kylie wants to get home because she had to have a filling today. All right, talk to you guys later.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye-bye. Well, at least you got to see Denise for a little bit. Because actually I stayed laying in the bed. So I thought, I don't have to get up and go for a walk right away. I knew I was going to go for a walk, but I thought there's no hurry because it's beautiful out here. Little breezy, but still beautiful. The next thing they tell you about mindless eating is eating food in a hurry. And you need to take your time. Like I said, if you take your time, really savor each bite. And I think it is pretty much true that after the first 2 or 3 bites, you've really lost the enticement of that particular food. That's usually why I move on to the next food on my plate and then come back to it. Because it just makes it that much more enjoyable to do it that way. Now this one I'm guilty of, but I don't see that it's going to change for me. Us being distracted while eating, while you're watching TV. I'm still aware of what I'm eating, although I am doing it in front of the TV because I like to watch TV. And with Jim working afternoons, and he eats his breakfast, but he gets up before me sometimes, or he definitely eats his breakfast before me. We don't have many meals together. If he's not working, we eat our meals together at the table. But otherwise, I am sitting in front of the TV. But I am making more of a conscious effort of noticing what I'm eating and enjoying what I'm eating. And the last thing they tell you is constantly letting stress get the better of you. You need to practice some self-care. You really do. You need to put yourself first above everybody else. They always tell you, like if you're on an airplane and the oxygen masks come on, you're supposed to put your mask on before you help anybody else. Because if you're not healthy and you're not breathing, you're not going to be able to help anybody else. So you want to make sure that you take care of yourself. And that means health-wise, eating-wise, cutting your hair, doing your nails, buying some new clothes, taking time just to read a book, taking time to say, this is me time now, and don't feel guilty about it. As a woman, I know it's hard. I'm not saying it's not hard for a man. I think it's harder for a woman just by the way, in my generation at least, the way we were raised. That the woman is in charge of the household. Jim would have never changed a diaper. As he called it, babysit his children. Which I always hated that because how are you babysitting your own children? Take care of the laundry. Do different things like that. Cook. But this is a new generation. My kids their spouses all do equal shares of their work. Which is as it should be. And even if it is that way, you still need time to take time for yourself. But anyway, another thing they tell us, well, that was all, but I was going to tell you that. Challenge yourself to decide today what you eat, why you eat it, and how much you eat it, and why you're eating it. Are you really eating it because you're hungry? Are you eating it because you're sad? Are you eating it because you're happy? Food has revolved around so many things in our life, so we can't really say anything about it, that it's bad, because you go to a wedding, you go to a funeral, you go to a party, you go to a barbecue, there's food. So it's going to be with us all the time. So different things you might want to do is rearrange your environment to suit your needs for the day. If you think having donuts in your house is going to be a downfall, don't bring donuts into your house. If you need to put healthy snacks out on the counter so that you can see them and you can mindlessly grab an apple or an orange, do that. Just do something that's going to work for you. And try to turn your food away from being a temptation to an enjoyment. Because it's just, food is meant to be enjoyed. It's not meant to make us feel guilty. It's supposed to fuel our body, give us the energy, the vitamins and the nutrients that we need to live another day longer. So, I know I've gone on a long time here, 16 minutes. But think about the reasons that you overeat, what you can do to stop it, and move on. That's all we can do. Okay, my watch just clicked that we've walked 1 mile. But now I'm going to just concentrate on my last mile. So I will see you guys at breakfast. For breakfast, we're going to have some fruit and oatmeal and a cup of tea and some water. Today is Tuesday, October 20th. I started my day with a prayer. My quote is, challenge yourself to notice the two parts of every food choice. What and how much. It's 5-point breakfast, 4 points for my half a cup of oatmeal, that's dry. 1 point for a quarter cup of 2% milk, and 0 for my egg, berries, banana, and my tea. 5-point breakfast, I still have 18 points. I have it on a smaller plate. It's still a lot of fruit, but I have to have my fruit. Let's eat dinner. For my snack or lunch, whatever you want to call it, I had a granola bar and a pretzel rod for 5 points. For my dinner, I'm having a cheddar sausage, cheddar better cheddar sausage for 7 points. A sugar-free wheat bun for 3 points. A half a cup of cottage cheese. 0 for my mustard and the pineapple. 2 points for my homemade chili. 1 point for my lemonade. 16 points, so I used 3 of my weeklies. There's my dinner. These are the rolls that I'm using from Kroger's. And better cheddar smoked sausage, mustard, cottage cheese. My drink, I told you I used 8 ounces of Simply Light lemonade for 1 point and 8 ounces of diet cranberry juice for 0. And then I'm going to have my sugar-free chocolate pudding. Well, I'm surprised I only ate 2 meals today. Well, I had the snack of the pretzel and the granola bar, but other than that, I was pretty content with just eating 2 meals. Of course, I didn't walk until 10 o'clock, and so by the time I got home, it was 11, and then I had to go to Kroger's and pick up some stuff. Not enough for a grocery haul, so I didn't do a grocery haul. And then I did my tag, and just been kind of busy all day. So that's going to do it for tonight. I'll talk to you guys in the morning. So as always, like, subscribe, comment, share. Be safe.